Okay, Peanut Gallery, pipe down.
My emotions.
I hereby call the Monday, May 5th, 2025, Cumberland Town Council meeting to order. Prior to the beginning of this meeting, we had a 5 p.m. Budget workshop pertaining to the FY26 budget. First up on the agenda is the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll give you a second.
All those in favor, call for a vote. 6, 1 abstention. Thank you very much. Next up on the agenda is the manager's report. Mr. Manager.
Good evening, Madam Chair. I will be try to be efficient with your evening this evening. Just want to update the council. As you may know, Mineral Springs construction is underway. You'll see a lot of tree work that is taking place on Blackstrap Road in the intersection with Forest Lake Road. So that's all the extension of the water line work that's taking place starting today. The senior property tax applications will be, we'll have notifications ready in the month of June, and that will open up in July. So preview of coming attractions there. This week I will be issuing a legal services RFP. Completed that this afternoon, and we'll be distributing it to different local legal firms who handle municipal law. Turf field pre-construction will be tomorrow, so the staff will be meeting with the team that they have assembled to go forward to keep that moving, and they've met all of their requirements that they need to do before they start their work. At the end of the month, on the 27th, I will have a presentation relating to the Tuttle Road Bridge replacement and the Noise Bridge on Longwoods Road. That both of those are anticipated projects that will be going forward. That's all I have this evening, Madam Chair.
Excellent. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Next up is public discussion. Public discussion is for comments on items that are not on the agenda. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. Rebuttal comments will be limited to 2 minutes. Public discussion topics may be brought up again under new business for further council discussion. Is there anyone here this evening that would like to come and chit-chat with us? Excellent. I will close public discussion. We'll look forward to seeing you at a future meeting. Next up is legislation and policy. Per Article 2, Section 7 of the Town Charter, there will be an opportunity for public comment on each item on the agenda. Comments are limited to 5 minutes per person. 25-043 to hold a public hearing to consider and act on the adoption of the FY 2026 municipal budget. For those folks at home, we are here to adopt the municipal budget set out at $15.96 million for expenditures and $8.85 million for non-property tax revenue. That's a net increase of 2.7% over the last year on the tax portion or the town portion alone. Anything, Finance Chair Douglas, that you'd like to add before we open this public hearing?
Nope. I just want to, yes, there is something I'd like to say. Thank you to Helene, Matt, and Chris Bulldog for all your hard work. I think we had a lot of great conversation. We have some good objectives for next year, and I think it'll be an exciting year for all of us. Looking forward to it. That's all.
Excellent. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to come up and chat during this public hearing about the municipal budget? All right, I will close the public hearing. Is there any additional council discussion? Just for folks at home, we had a 2-hour workshop prior to our normally scheduled council meeting to discuss any final adjustments to the budget. Mr. Eads?
Matt, I just want to thank your staff for really putting stuff well organized again. You guys just did a phenomenal job, and also a public thanks again to the budget chair for moving the process along very smoothly.
That's me.
That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Reeds. We, very, very proud of the staff and the team that we had worked on this, and I think from where we started to where we finished, and we're grateful for the council for the past multiple weeks of work on this. It takes a whole team effort to do this, and we're really proud of this budget and looking forward to July 1st. We can start all over again.
Bob, did you? Yep.
I'd follow up on that also with Mike and Matt. We have a lot of new council members on board this year. We have a new town manager this year. And I think that those people who came from the public and sat down and either watched or participated or asked questions, I think there was it would have been clear to anybody that this was a thorough review by everybody and that a lot of hard work was done. A lot of good questions were asked. Response was sent back to the manager and the town manager or the finance director rather, and they came back with the answers. And so I think the public has reason to trust in the process and expect that due diligence was done, and I can assure them that we did do due diligence. And I think in prior years, we've had a lot of questions about what the public can afford and what can't be afforded, and that and while those questions weren't articulated, I'm sure that a lot of us in the back of our mind always have that feeling of what is too much, what is too little, is everything properly funded, are we keeping the lights on, roads plowed, and things like that. And anyways, I think we did a great job, and my thanks to all those who participated in it.
I would give you a motion.
I would take it.
I move to set the municipal FY 2026 general fund expenditure budget at $15,958,867 and the general fund non-property tax revenue budget at $8,551,785 to offset the impact of property taxes as recommended by the Finance Committee. And further, I authorize $4,395,418 of tax increment financing funds to be used as presented in the FY 2026 budget as recommended by the TIF and Finance Committee.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Unanimous, Brenda. All right. Next up on the agenda is 25-044 to set a public hearing date of May 27th to consider an act on a medical marijuana registered caregiver license renewal for Evergreen Cannabis Co., Andrew Pettingill, located at 222 Gray Road.
Madam Chair, if the council would like, I would be willing to make a motion for item 25-44 through 47.
I would give you a second.
I would say, just for folks at home, we are waiting on materials, and this is only to set a date for a public hearing, not make any kind of policy change. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on that motion? Was that a motion, technically?
What was that?
Was that technically a motion?
Yeah.
Well, I think you need to read it.
Qualifies.
It qualifies.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
all right.
you're basically making a motion to handle all 4 items in block.
Okay.
So you need to articulate that. You had a
I will. Madam Chair, I move to set a public hearing date of May 27th for item 25-44, 25-45, 25-46, 25-47, to consider an act on medical marijuana registered caregiver license renewal for Evergreen Cannabis Company, Andrew Pettingill, located at 222 Gray Road. For Evergreen Cannabis Company, Kristen Pettingill, located at 93 Lower Methodist Road. For SSJA LLC, Jacob Atkinson, located at 212 Gray Road. And for Samuel Hebert, located at 210 Gray Road.
Good job. I'll give you a second, Mike.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on that beautifully executed motion?
It was really good, Mike.
Okay, call for a vote. All those in favor? Unanimous, Brenda. That concludes legislation and policy. Next up is new business. I will start with Councilor Eads, all the way to the left.
2 real quick things. We have an opening coming up on the planning board. And I know we've got a lot going on the next month with elections and so on, I would just ask the council, are you okay if I ask Brenda to advertise for the position to be decided on by the next council? If everybody's okay with that?
Yes.
Also, Madam Chair, when it gets to you, can you let everybody know what the dates are of the next couple council meetings, because we've got some stuff going on, so. Other than that, I'm all set.
Sure can. Councilor Magoon.
There is an LCC meeting this Wednesday at 7 o'clock here in council chambers. And then I believe we have a Parks and Rec Committee meeting on a Thursday. I don't believe, Bob, we have a set time for that yet.
We have a comp plan meeting also.
So it's Parks and Rec will probably be, I'm guessing, 5,
Pocket, yeah.
most likely. But that is it for me.
Councilor Douglas.
Nothing new on my end.
Councilor Vale.
The only thing I have is the school budget vote this Thursday. I don't know what time it is. I have a conflict with the comp plan meeting anyways, but for those of the public who are looking for something to do at the Greeley Performing Arts Center is the public budget, school budget presentation and vote. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Councilor Thorson?
I don't have anything tonight except to add on to what Bob said, and I can't remember if it's 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. is the cutoff, so you have to look at the school's site to figure it out. But if you want to make a comment during that time, you need to put your name on a list of commenters if you'd like to do that by a certain time, either 6 or 7, which I forgot.
7 p.m., Councilor Thorson.
All right. That's all I have.
Thank you, Madam. Councilor Kopp?
I'm going to see if I can drag this out for 20 minutes. No, just a few things. I want to thank the entire town staff for working so hard on the budget, taking time away from family and friends. I mean, we've met now for 5 or 6 meetings at 5 o'clock. I think we've done a really thorough job. Proud of everybody that's contributed to it. If somebody could just reiterate the school budget vote, where and when, and I have my $20 for the food pantry. And that's all I have.
Okay, great. It looks like our amazing town manager is here to pipe in with the budget, school budget vote information.
That would be May 8th at 7 p.m. at the Greeley Center for the Arts.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
May 8th,
And
the GCA.
thanks for your kind words, Councilor Kopp.
Speaking of calendar, the updating, May 27th is our next town council meeting. That is a Tuesday because Monday is Memorial Day. What time is the Memorial Day parade on Memorial Day? It's usually around 10.
All day, but I think it's 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our next council meeting, the May 27th. And we will also then meet on June 9th, which is the second Tuesday as per normal, right?
Madam Chair, that is an outstanding question that I have because the next day is the election.
Oh, okay.
So we may have this room set up for the election
Yes.
that night.
That
Okay.
was why I asked.
Yeah, so I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my outstanding questions I had for this evening as well. Did you want to look at the second or the following week? But the second would work fine if you wanted to do that.
So it looks like the 30th of June is a Monday. So our final, so we could, second and,
The second of June.
And just be mindful of swearing in new councilors, too.
yep. I'd be fine with the second.
That would be the last. That would be the last official meeting of this
I'm okay with the
of this
second.
body.
Okay. Is everyone okay with that?
What are we going to do?
June 2nd for our final, for our
The
first
9th.
June meeting instead of the 9th.
And the May meetings are?
Tonight, and then the 27th, which is the Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day.
Is there any reason to back that off to the 19th and spread out the meetings a little bit there. That would be 2 weeks, 2 weeks. The 5th, the 19th, and the 2nd.
We just set a bunch of public hearing dates for the
just-
27th,
Did our public hearing dates too?
so there's that.
Oh, look at that. Okay. Find my idea.
I mean, I think it's a good idea, but also reiterating on May 15th, there's a tri-community meeting. So, but the school board, the town council, and the North Yarmouth Select Board, we're hosting here
On the 15th.
on May 15th. Yep. Okay. So we are all good to go for May 27th, June 2nd, and then we return to regularly scheduled programming for our second meeting in June. Okay, cool beans. That's all I have. I would take a motion to adjourn unless anyone. Okay. Is there a second?
I'll give you a second.
All those in favor? Unanimous,
You
Brenda.
did it.